Hello, and welcome to this latest stream of Titanfall 2, divided by Werewolves. Y'all know where it's at. It's Saturday night. Yay for Saturday. Got a little bit of liquor in me. Drinking a little more right now. So, if you remember from last night, we got our little electric weapon thingy, and now we're gonna go do something with it. So let's get to it.
I think we just gotta tick it off this dirt ball.
You did just get your ticket off this dirt ball.
The power to get the beacon functional.
Oh shit, BT's just throwing shit all over the place.
Glad you made it back, Cooper. Just in time, too. The system's rewired. Now all we need is some power.
Pilot,
that's right.
The power chamber relays are offline. The ARC tool should be able to jumpstart them manually.
Okay.
Let's hope that ARC tool was worth all the trouble.
Let's hope so. I hope everybody had a...
Radiation levels detected ahead. Your suit will only protect you for a limited time inside the chamber. I suggest you move quickly.
I wouldn't stay in there too long unless you want to be burnt to a crisp.
I don't want to be burnt to a crisp.
3, 2, 1, go!
What the fuck am I doing? I'm just shooting things like a crazy person. It's charging. That's not good. I don't want to be electric radiified. I hope everybody had a fantastic Saturday.
Power at 100%. I recommend you exit the chamber immediately.
I think that's a great idea.
Great job, Cooper. The power is back.
Yay!
All right, we got power. Open those shutters. Let's get that beacon up and running. Opening shutters.
Diagnostic complete. Power 100%.
Initiate dish targeting reset.
Uplink targeting module. Reset initiated.
60%. 70%.
Hey, we just got a trophy. I apologize last night if you tuned in for Drunk Watch. Unfortunately, Twitch on the Xbox One was not working, but I did host Mr. Bones' channel, so you could watch all the fun there. And we did have fun. I seem to remember making a lot of jokes about Anthony's mom and tacos, but I can't remember what exactly they were. I also remember Bones getting in a message war with Dat Boy 415, 315. It was a good time. I can say that much.
I hope you're up for another trip to hell, Cooper. You'll need to repair the beacon on site and get back here as fast as possible.
We actually won a match from a very, a great coordinated effort by Mitch and I. Coordinated ultimates for the win. Autistic, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why. Unfortunately, I don't really know the way that the Twitch works. In terms of, like, if you leave my channel open, it doesn't start automatically. What's weird is that I always, before I get started broadcasting, I always go to the Twitch site, and my channel is obviously not broadcasting, and then once it starts up. But yeah, we have a nice little network going on between myself, Jason, Team Unwinnable, and Mitch, where we all kind of host each other's stuff, so that way we all can kind of lend each other a hand. But yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that would do that.
We've already lost a lot of good soldiers over there.
Scans indicate a fallen pilot. My memory recalls this pilot as an exceptional fighter, proven well during the Fracture operation.
What's Fracture?
Fracture was the code name of a major combat refueling operation conducted by the militia on the planet Victor. We sustained many casualties, but the fleet survived.
Damn.
So one thing I can tell you is that this game is going to be $35 at a lot of places. At Black Friday, for example, Target already had this in Battlefield 1 for $35 in kind of their pre-Black Friday deals. Based on the campaign alone, from what I have seen, and it is... I mean, I don't want to tell you to spend your money. Obviously, when you're talking about games at a critical level, how much something costs, you really shouldn't come into it. But we're all friends here. For $35, it is totally, totally worth it. I'm actually considering picking it up myself, just for the multiplayer, possibly playing through the campaign again, which, as we all know, I don't do. So if you know, maybe you got some family, friends that looking for something to get you for Christmas, and you know that they can get it on the cheap, it's totally worth it. Because I mean, I played a lot of shooters. I play a lot of military shooters. Particularly, I like the more kind of far-flung ones, like the way that the recent Call of Duties have gone. And this game just plays like a breeze.
I can throw you across the gap.
And I mean, the visuals are great. Everything is smooth. The sound design is amazing.
No risk, no reward.
And you get to jump into a giant robot's crotch and have him throw you across a giant gap.
Wind 3 knots, heading 274, range 95 meters.
Oh, I'm glad you were able to watch us on Mitch's channel.
Trust me.
You know, with the current
Good throw.
things being the way they are, I do feel as if maybe public service is a viable option to be able to help potentially stand against some potentially bad decisions made by the soon-to-be administration. But God forbid if I ever were to run for any form of public office and people were to find the drunk watch videos. Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say that would probably exclude me from any sort of public service. Hey, look at that! We found a helmet. 9 helmets. Really? Okay, there's something called a Thunderbolt, and you don't want me to pick it up? Okay, do I need the, Alright, full auto with a punch. We got full auto. We have the Thunderbolt, and then if we need to, we can pop over to the Arc Tool. Alright. Hi, BT! I wish I could wave to him, Destiny style. But it's just, you know, I gotta give a lot of credit to Respawn, because they're kind of environmental artists. I mean, they're on point. I'm really looking forward to playing the next Call of Duty game whenever the opportunity presents itself. It won't be for a while, because my understanding is that there's a lot of cool stuff in that campaign too. Plus, a lot of women, a lot of people of color, so very excited. As far as Kit Harington playing the bad guy, you know, whatever they need to do to get butts in the seats, as far as I'm concerned. But it's not like I'm, you know, really married to Jon Snow. Alright, move the crane. What am I moving? Whee! I guess I want to put it there, right? How do I get over there is the real question. Oh, I jump here. So far we have a lot of robots that appear to be on our side. I'm not really sure when the bad guys are going to show up, but I would imagine it's going to happen at some point. We just gave up a L-star. Alright, there's BT over there. I feel like this is where we just were. Yes, this is where we just were. Alright. Okay. Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to move it over here. Sorry, like I said. So, the way things go at my house on the weekends is that 6 o'clock is happy hour. When I was a kid, we used to go on vacation to Cape Cod every year. And my mom's family, so my grandparents, her brothers, their kids would all go with us. And at 4:30 every night, was happy hour. And there were the two rules of happy hour was that the adults had cocktails and the kids were not allowed to be there. So the kids would play hide and seek, they'd go play mini golf, pitch and putt, they'd go to the arcade, whatever, it didn't matter. Go watch TV in the big house. There was only 3 channels, but it didn't matter. The rule was no kids. And so my wife and I have instituted a similar policy at our house on Saturday and Sunday. 6 o'clock is happy hour, and what I tell my kids is if unless they are throwing up, on fire, or bleeding, that they need to work out whatever problems they have with each other on their own, and leave us alone. The downside of that is that on occasion, I start streaming a little tipsy, as I did tonight, which is why you get the type of situation that you just got, me running across a platform to realize that I need to put it somewhere else. Oh shit, we also have people here. I really want to use this grenade launcher thing, or rocket launcher, but I don't think these are the people to use it against. Hey, there's a helmet up there. Let's go and get it. Yay! Whee! Well, I guess I gotta just come in this way. You know, it's funny, playing this game. Once you have the ability to time travel, as cool as cloaking is, once you have the ability to time travel, hitting L1 to cloak instead of time travel seems like a step backwards. I mean, this is cool and all, so I can do that. But I can't shift between timelines, potentially ruining the future for generations to come. Okay, hold on. Where are we? No personnel on ramp while machinery is in use. Are they going to be our friends? Awesome, Stalker and Stalker. Hey, I just got a trophy for Pied Piper. Whatever that means. I'm assuming it's for making these guys our friends. Alright, what does this say? Extreme winds may be present. Vortex may start without warning. Non-Marvin units must use tie-downs and safety rigging. Type 4 arc tools required for access overrides. Interesting. The interstellar OSHA at work. Okay, so Time Shift. I seem to remember that. Was that the game with the 2 bros that were like contractors or something, and then they could like manipulate time? And, oh shit, I'm dying. Was that the one where they could, like, manipulate time and, like, turn things and stuff? I seem to remember, and the reason I said I went to an E3 demo of Time Shift. This is the game that I'm thinking of. It was kind of in the same vein as, like, PsyOps, if you remember PsyOps from the original Xbox. So I went to an E3 demonstration of Time Shift, if it's the one I'm thinking of. And I remember thinking, wow, that looks really cool, although it was like the one of my last meetings of the day. Shit. So I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, that looks really cool, but then when the game came out, it did not get great reviews. PsyOps I enjoyed. Wait, this is something called a Gravity Star. Okay, we need to get that. PsyOps I enjoyed quite a bit, and they seemed like they were setting that up to have like a kind of a mythology and then they went nowhere with it. So I just hit him with a gravity star, which apparently opens up like a little wormhole sucky thing. Oh wait, hold up here. Hold up. I was about to sing a song. That was bad. Yeah, I remember like PsyOps. That was back before I had kids. Maybe I had kids. I honestly don't remember. Now that's some shit right there. Hit him with the gravity grenade. And then, there's a bunch of games. I remember playing on the Xbox. PsyOps was one of them, and they were kind of like B-level games, so they weren't really necessarily worth the $60 price, but they were still good nonetheless. I remember playing a lot of those games on the original Xbox. I mean, I was kind of a GameCube guy at first, and then my friend Dennis, I remember borrowing his PlayStation, and he borrowed my GameCube so that he could play Rogue Squadron, and I borrowed his PlayStation. Yeah, exactly. Force Unleashed. The first Force Unleashed was great. So anyway, so I had a GameCube. He wanted to play Rogue Squadron, so he let me borrow his PS2, and I remember playing GTA. Which one was it? It was GTA, whatever the Miami one was. I can't remember the name of it. Vice City. And I got to the mission where you had to fly a remote control helicopter, and I was like, holy shit, this mission sucks. And I stopped playing it, and he had a game called Ratchet and Clank, and I thought, I wonder what this game is about. And I played it, and that started my lifelong love of Ratchet and Clank. But then, so years later, I did not have an Xbox at the time, and I had a friend of mine who had an Xbox, and he had two of them, because one of them kept spitting out his Halo disc, and so it wouldn't work. And so I made him a deal. I said, alright, look, you've got two Xboxes. I don't have an Xbox. Knights of the Old Republic was originally supposed to be a PC game, and then they changed it to be an Xbox-only game. I said, I'll buy Knights of the Old Republic. If you let me borrow one of your Xboxes, then I will play it. So I'll buy Knights of the Old Republic. I'll borrow your Xbox just to play it, and then when I'm done, I'll give you the Xbox and Knights of the Old Republic. So all you basically have to do is let me borrow your Xbox for 3-4 weeks, and then you also get to play this game. And he was like, deal. And I remember getting the Xbox and loving it. Knights of the Old Republic was fucking great. And so then I had some stock options that had been underwater for the longest time finally come to where I could cash them in. And I told my wife, alright, I want to buy you an anniversary ring, and then with what's left, I'm going to buy an Xbox. And she was like, yeah, absolutely, because, hey, free ring. And so I did that. I remember going to Costco and getting an Xbox, and it had a live subscription and an extra controller. And then that Christmas, I got a bunch of shit that I was able to trade in at Best Buy, and I remember picking up a copy of Halo, and I forget what else. But my friend Andy, the guy who let me borrow his, he was one of the original Xbox Live members, and so he was the guy that invited me into the Xbox Live Friends message board, which is where I met Mitch. And then, years later, here we are. So if Andy had not let me borrow his Xbox to play Knights of the Old Republic, I would probably never would have bought one, and I never would have met Mitch. And then where would we be? Nowhere good, that's for sure. I had a GameCube. I loved my GameCube. I remember playing Metroid Prime. You know, one of my favorite. My wife and I would play the shit out of Super Monkey Ball. It loads faster on the PS4 Pro. My wife and I played Super Monkey Ball. We used to play Tiger Woods. We loved the GameCube, but one of my favorite games on the GameCube was Sega Soccer Slam. I don't know if you ever. Oh shit! I'm gonna die. I don't know if you ever had that game. I fucking loved that game. Alright, I think I may need to move. The crane needs to come over a little bit more. Yes, Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 2 is really good as well. I would totally, if the Switch came out with all of those on one, I'm all in for the Switch. No questions asked. Alright. This is going to be difficult. But if they had all 3 Metroid games on the Switch, I will totally play it. Oop. Alright. So this seems like it's going to be problematic. Okay, what am I missing? I mean, one of the things, my kids have a Wii U, and they play it, but the fact that, you can't really, it's not guaranteed which games. So, first-party games, my understanding is most of the first-party Nintendo games you can play without benefit of the television screen, kind of once you do the initial setup. But third-party games, not so much. I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, so have I. I mean, the reality is, I'm really enjoying, remote play so far has been great. But, it still requires an internet connection. So if I go somewhere and it doesn't have Wi-Fi or whatever, then I can't connect via remote play to play anything on my PS4. Not to mention, I have to have the right game in and all that. I don't have to be, nothing else can be stopped. But the Switch being able to have it seamless, the cartridge is right there, so you don't really have to worry about whether or not you've got the right game in. To me, there we go. I'm an idiot. That's where the benefit is. And I love Nintendo games. It's just that most of the time they're on a console that I just don't use very much, or my kids use it, and it's in a different place. But I'm super excited for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I've been excited for a Pokemon game in quite some time, but Pokemon Go, that's one of the things that did it for me, stupid as it might sound. My wife and I, we go for a walk every day. We stop and we capture the Pokemons. Okay, let's see. So it looks like I gotta get up there, but I don't really see how I can do that. I love Pokemon. I remember... Oh, shit. So, the first Pokemon game I ever played was Pikachu Yellow on the Game Boy Color, and I remember, I don't know, I had come into some money or something. I remember telling my wife, I'm going to buy a Game Boy Color so that I can play Pokemon Pikachu Yellow. And she's like, okay, whatever. And so at the time, we worked across from a mall, and there was a GameStop in the mall. Shit. And I bought a Game Boy Color and Pikachu Yellow, and I brought it home, and she was like, what is this? And I was like, it's a Game Boy Color and Pokemon Pikachu Yellow. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, remember when I told you that I was going to buy it? Well, I bought it. And she was like, alright, whatever. And ever since then, I don't always finish every Pokemon game that I start. I think Soul Silver was the first one that I played start to finish, but I still enjoy them. And Pokemon Go is fun because, you know, it gets us out. Like Friday, instead of going to the... We took a break from the barn, and so we went to the park, we walked around, you know, the kids got a chance to kind of talk and, you know, hang out with us, and just caught Pokemon, and then we went and got a pizza, so... I mean, the thing about Pokemon games is that a lot of them follow, because they follow the same formula, is that, in many ways, if you played one of them, you've played a bunch of them, but it looks like Sun and Moon have kind of shaken things up enough to where it'll be sufficiently different to where I won't be tired of it. I won't feel like when I start playing it that I've already played it. But I agree, Autistic, like, they're going to have to come up with some sort of carrying case, some kind of screen protector, on the Switch, because the potential for, I think the potential for damage is just a little bit too high.
Do we have visual? Visual! Negative. No eyes.
Yeah, I played Pokemon Soul Silver, I played, Pikachu Yellow, I definitely played Soul Silver, I played Black, or White, I don't remember which one. Black and White 2, again, don't remember which one. I've essentially played every single one from Pikachu Yellow forward. I've played every single one, to some degree. I mean, I still enjoy them, even if they do end up being somewhat... Is that a pilot helmet over there? A little bit formulaic. I still really get a kick out of them. And Sun and Moon just looks like... I mean, just way too much fun. Damn, son. You're like the Pokemon guru. If you talk to my kids, they'll think you're cooler than I am, which isn't difficult, but...
Pilot sighted, get ready! 1214, hostile pilot, everyone tighten up!
Oh, wrong gun.
Target lost!
Oh, shit. It's funny, though, when my kids play Pokemon games, they will routinely just kind of, like, delete their progress and start over. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, when you consider how much time you have to spend with kind of garbage Pokemon before you get to where... you know, you've actually got anything good to just restart everything. I just don't get that, but they love it. They're just like, well, I wasn't real happy with the way it went, so I'm going to go ahead and start all over. And I do not get that at all. I get so attached to the creatures, the creatures that I've imprisoned to fight for me, that the thought of starting over again, I can't do it. Oh, that's good. It's good to know that, just in case you're wondering, if you notice over there, that's where the pilot helmet had been, and I died, and it's still not there. So if you're thinking of playing the game, if you pick up a helmet and then you die, you do not have to go back and get it. So yay, Respawn for smart, collectible game design. Oh, I can't imagine, especially in Skylanders, when you consider, like, how much progress goes into the... So do they, like, wipe the actual figures themselves, or do they just wipe progress in the game? Because I can see, to a certain degree, maybe starting the game over, but, like, wiping progress in the figures themselves, that I couldn't do. You do not have backup. You are all alone. And now you're dead. I love the guns in this game. They're so unique, but yet there's enough similarities between them to where you can just kind of pick right up. Oh my god, completely reset the characters? That's crazy. Like, it takes so long. I mean, unless you're, like, Skylanders Giant with the arenas, there was a 2 or 3 different arena scenarios in Giants where you could level Skylanders up fairly quickly. In about 20, maybe 30 minutes, you could get enough golden XP to get most of your Skylanders up to max level. But from then on, I mean, I've never really found, like, a spot that was easy enough to get things up to a really high level. So I cannot imagine spending the time necessary to kind of get them up to a high level and then resetting them. But, you know, good for them for, you know, getting their money's worth, or their parents' money's worth, or your money's worth, depending on who's buying them for them.
Targeting module detected. Check your HUD.
This particular new Skylanders, the Imaginators, I mean, I think they seem pretty cool, but I still probably am not going to go into it. Like, I played the last one, Superchargers, because I like cars, but I ended up trading in most of the Skylanders and figures, and I bought Deus Ex with it. So I think I'm at the point now where what I end up doing is I just spend a lot of money on the figures, because that's kind of my knee-jerk reaction, is to spend a lot of money on plastic. But in terms of, like, getting a lot out of the game itself, it's just not really worth it. I mean, I'm tempted to pick up some of the Disney Infinity stuff, now that they're not making it anymore. You can get it on the cheap. But some of the sets that I would want the most, or figures I might want the most, like T'Challa, and I don't even think they are... Some of the designs I've seen, I don't know whether or not they're actually coming out with them, so I would get them as figurines and nothing more. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Okay. Get a working module from this dish. Alright. And how are we supposed to do that? Oh, shit. Yeah, I saw that too. So yeah, you can get... So Imaginators is all about creating your own custom Skylander. And they do have a way now that you can get it 3D printed. And I forget how much it costs, but that reminds me... I don't know if you remember... I don't know if you remember that when Rock Band... and Rock Band, more I think Rock Band 2, when they came out, like, you could get custom figures made of your rock star. So if you configured your band and your lead singer or whatever, you could get Harmonix would sell you a custom statue of your lead singer or bass player or whatever. I think they would also sell you like T-shirts or other stickers or whatever of your band. All right. I'm being an idiot. Oh, here we go. I'm giving as many robots life. Oh, look at that, robot army. I was going to say I'm giving them all life just so that way if people show up. Yeah, so one time Petey and I, so Petey and I used to work together. We worked with Hodge, if you remember from the podcast. They used to talk about Petey and Hodge and I quite a fair amount. And so we used to come to my house. So when we all worked together, I was the closest. I lived the closest nearby. And so Petey, Hodge, and our other friend Chip, at lunchtime, we'd come to my house and we would play Rock Band. And so we were really big into it, and we would do it fairly frequently. Once every few weeks we'd come over. And so, yeah, they had Harmonix had it so that you could get custom, statues or whatever. And I never actually did. I was going to do it for Petey for a Christmas gift one year, but unfortunately I never did. Nope, wait, hold on. Okay.
Is he dead yet? Give me a sit rep. Over.
Richter, we need backup. The enemy pilot is still active around Beacon 4. Over.
Backup? Typischer IMC-Schwachkopf. Sending backup.
That was either not a language that I recognized, or that was a very odd phonetic spelling of a foreign language. Hell yeah, I got robots on my side, motherfuckers. I'm gonna let y'all fight it out. I got shit to do.
Pilot, the module is in the projector of that dish.
Oh, I'm dead. I can't remember how much the Rock Band stuff was, but yeah, I had the original Rock Band. I exported them all to Rock Band 2, and then I never did anything more than that. God damn it! And I wish I had, but the reality is I don't have any new instruments anymore. I gave them all to my friend Chip. His kids still played it, so even if I wanted to, except for singing, I still have the microphone. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't really do it anymore. And I played Guitar Hero Live last year. I have in-laws and that are always kind of want something they give me for Christmas, so it was an easy enough thing to say, alright, give me X amount of money for this game or whatever. And I know it was good, but it still wasn't the same. Ah, shit. I loved Rock Band though, so I was always on vocals because, I gotta be the center of attention and I talk all the time, plus I'm just shit at playing other things.
Anti-Titan squads have arrived, requesting assistance.
Alright, I'm coming, dude. Alright. There we go. But, yeah, so I would do vocals, Petey would do drums, Chip would do bass, Hodge would do, guitar, lead guitar. But a fun fact about my friend Chip that we used to play with, he's actually cousins with the Black Crows. So Chris Robinson and the other guy, I forget his name, the Black Crows. So the Christmas that the guys from the Black Crows got their instruments, Chip so they got guitars, and so all right. So here's the thing: my friend Chip was an audio engineer, and he used to do shows like he would do concerts with guys and run the soundboard. And so he gave me a mic stand. But yeah, so Chip, so he's cousins with Chris Robinson and the other Robinson. Like he's met Kate Hudson because basically it's his cousin-in-law, and so whatever Christmas it was that Chris Robinson's brother got a guitar and he got a drum kit, and he was supposed to be the drummer for the Black Crows, and they ended up going with somebody else and kind of screwing him over as a result. Alright, BT, I'm coming.
Welcome back, Cooper. Recommend we secure this area before proceeding with the repairs. Stalker down.
Alright, let's do it, brother.
Pilot control initiated. Reaper down. Excessive damage. Warning.
Let's get ourselves a core. Alright. I do not remember what weapons I have.
Warning. Detecting hull damage.
Alright. Secure the beacon. Okay.
All threats eliminated. Area secure. Are you okay?
Yeah. I can tell you about the time I got manhandled by, well, if you heard the podcast, you've heard this story about when I got manhandled by Mickey Rourke's bodyguard. That's my favorite.
Thanks.
But it's funny because Chip used to talk shit about Kate Hudson at times because like his mom would always be pissed that she would like drop the kids off with her and go do her own thing. And so he used to come into work and just be like irritated and tell me like stories about how his mom was upset with Kate Hudson. And I was like, that is really weird.
At the top of this dish. A throw combined with additional climbing is required.
But I gotta tell you though, I don't remember Jim Gaffigan. I love Jim Gaffigan, but I must have blanked on that particular story. I have a really bad story about oh, not Jim Gaffigan, the guy with the fucking puppets. What's his name? Shit. Jeff Dunham. I have a shitty Jeff Dunham story, but not Jim Gaffigan. Jeff Dunham's an asshole. Don't let anybody ever tell you different. Of course, that really shouldn't. Anybody who's actually heard Jeff Dunham's routine probably would not be surprised that he, in real life, is an actual asshole. Wait, you played Xbox with the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls? Okay, I've never heard this story. I used to fucking, in the 90s, I would jam the fuck out. Goo Goo Dolls and Gin Blossom and Soul Asylum. How the hell did you play Xbox with the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls? That's a game with fame shit right there. Alright, where the hell am I going? just to anybody watching this stream later on, I feel like I'm doing you a great disservice by not having the the chat comments showing, but I really hate the way that looks. So I apologize if you're just like, why is he talking about gaming with the Goo Goo dolls?
I knew you shouldn't have hired those tossers.
Oi, pilot. This is Cuban Blisk. You've been listening to us, eh? You want to be a hero, yeah? Okay. Keep coming at me. Keep coming. But if I were you, I'd stop trying so hard to be a hero. You'll live longer.
Yeah, I don't remember ever playing. I never did anything with at gamertag.com, so that was like something that started. I remember like Ralph and those guys like trying to start that, and I never really did anything with it. That was kind of after my time. I mean, I started to get annoyed with the site, and I mean, Chad was an asshole, and he kind of turned me off a lot of shit, and I never really played too much. And I don't know if that was after I moved or what. I think those guys were starting gamertag.com kind of more when I was getting out of here, when I left Virginia. This right here reminds me of being in the helicarriers in Winter Soldier. I mean, I remember playing like Halo with Sprout and those folks, and I remember playing Far Cry, doing custom maps in Far Cry with you and a few other folks. But I never really did much at the Gamertag site. I'm not sure if I was cool enough to be a part of that. Shit, you're not gonna give it to me? Oh shit, we're gonna die. Goodbye. I think a Falcon game, you know, his mobility. I'm hoping that at some point in the Avengers, they actually make Falcon Captain America, but I don't know. I don't know if they would do that. And I actually like Sam Mackie. I actually like the actor that plays him quite a bit.
Hypothesis. The dish will automatically reorient itself once the new module is installed.
I have no idea why I'm doing any of this. Yeah, I agree. Like, Falcon seems like he has the most fun. Seems like, you know, kind of that his abilities are the most fun. Oh, that's my gun.
Got you.
Got you. Oh, thumbs up. Awesome. BT just learned how to do a thumbs up. That's the cutest thing ever.
Get back here and we'll send this message to the fleet. Outstanding work.
Richter, this is Blisk. Yeah, I'm already on my way. Richter out. This is Richter. Intercept and destroy their pilot. Then execute the remaining militia troops.
Reapers inbound.
Well, if there's Reapers inbound, them Reapers are gonna have a fucking problem.
Threats detected.
Copy that. Lock it down. We'll assist from here.
Excessive damage. Warning.
The only thing I'm not a big fan of this particular Titan is that I don't feel like there's like most of the Titans seem like they have multiple kind of long range options, and this one doesn't. Either that, or I'm just really bad at playing this type.
I'm also looking for someone to kill. You get to choose which one you wish to be. Und jetzt mach ihn fertig. Not let him leave here alive. End of the line. You all deserve to die.
We're just gonna dance around this.
You're gonna regret that, Apple.
Enemy Titan down. I have the power. I have the power! Richter. Oh, he wears the cool fur coat. Richter's got that awesome Xander Cage XXX coat. Come on, motherfucker. Let's do this shit. I don't need no sword core. Take that little bitch out. Yay, see you at the party. I have to tell you, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just like hitting buttons and hoping for the best, which is pretty much how I play most games.
Pilot, recommend you disembark.
Okay, BT. If they sold, like, if they sold like a statue or like an action figure of BT, I would buy that in a second. If like McFarlane Toys did a BT action figure, I would buy that day one.
80%. Signal strength at maximum power. We are a go for transmission.
All right.
Broadcasting data stream. Awaiting response.
Do your transmission.
Someone's still up there.
Let's hope so.
Got it.
This is Commander Sarah Briggs.
Yay!
Militia SRS. Authenticate.
Commander Briggs, this is BT-7274. Protocol
And Pilot
2,
Cooper.
Uphold the mission. Report intel to the fleet attached to the SRS unit.
Solid copy. Good to hear you guys are still down there. We're receiving your data now.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was KIA.
Correct. Captain Ty Lastimosa was killed in action. I am now linked to an acting pilot, Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Wait a minute. Lastimosa
Do they really?
linked to a rifleman?
Awesome.
Yes.
I'll have to head to a Toys R Us or any place I know that
Understood.
carries
We'll get you
McFarlane
transferred to a
Toys.
fully qualified pilot.
Objection. Cooper is my pilot.
I would totally
Combat
pay
effectiveness
$40
now
for BT.
exceeds 90%. Request permission to retain this link.
You're lucky our backs are up against the wall, BT. Permission granted. That's high praise coming from a machine, Cooper. Thanks to your scan data of the Ark, we've tracked its energy signature to an IMC base right here on Typhon. We don't have much time. Let's go.
Alright, well that seems like a really good time to call it in between missions. So, I have no idea how much of this game is left. I can tell you that Dishonored 2 is on its way if the typical schedule for GameFly games holds true, then I will have it on Monday. However, Monday I have class, so I won't be playing it. But after Titanfall 2 is done, I'll probably dabble a little bit in the multiplayer. Not sure if I'd actually stream that or just kind of mess around with it. But we will be moving into Dishonored 2 next, and based on what I'm reading, we're going to do an Emily run first, which would be more stealth-oriented, and then based on how that goes, would determine whether I do a separate run as Corvo, which would be more chaos-based, or if I'd kind of do that in my own time. I know there has been some interest expressed in seeing me stream Dragon Quest Builders. I am still playing that. I haven't moved past the first chapter yet. Having a good time with that. That's kind of more my chill, decompress while I watch TV type of game. And then Watch Dogs 2 comes out Tuesday, but I'm honestly in no hurry to play that, given that Dishonored 2 seems like it would be fairly lengthy, particularly if we did 2 runs. That would take up a fair amount of time. But we're going to call it an evening for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. Of course, we had a great time. It's always fun talking with everybody. I fully expect to be back doing this again tomorrow night, where we will continue the journey of BT and Rifleman Cooper. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday night. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. And please join me again tomorrow night at 7, and we'll do this again. So for myself and Mitch and Autistic and everybody who hung out tonight, I hope you have a great time tonight. Good night, and have a good evening.